1,000 hair products and you still got hair problems and you don't know which way to turn. You don't know what you deserve. Late talk hair, I got what you deserve. Late talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.
Hello. Happy Labor Day. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much. So much love out there. Happy Labor Day to everybody. I know it is happy Sunday. Oh my God. Yesterday, you guys, was just this whole week, was crazy. Okay. It was just crazy. My husband's been in and out of the ER, and so just say a special prayer for Mr. Perry Brown. He is struggling with some health issues, and so we know God is in that seat, and He is taking care of business. Talk Care to Me is a show. Hello, my beautiful sister Yolanda Rocket. Oh yes, she is wonderful, and thank you, my sister, for reaching out to Mr. Brown. So her brother-in-law, she loves him, honey, and thank God. So I Talk Care to Me. I mean, we amp it up on this show about just wonderful hair tips, products that you should be using. It's amazing, and I just thank God for it because it is this today's show is laboring. Hello, darling, where you are in the house. Glad to see you. Yolanda says that you look so beautiful. Thank you. I have been tired sitting in the ER with your brother, and honey, just tired. Is this thing kind of crooked? Okay, we don't want to do crooked, do we? But yeah. So I thank God because anything could be, and I thank God for allowing us to have this opportunity to be able to bring it to you. This is Labor Day, and there, a salute to everybody. Y'all put it in the chat if you labor, if you work, if you used to work. Okay, Labor Day is just saluted for me. Just of course, is on the day that I still work, but I'm off from the salon, but I'm still working. And also, speaking of working, you guys, we have none other than 30% off sale. Okay, this goes on to midnight Monday night. Okay, 30% off. That's done. Where we make sure that some of the products you may say, like these are some of our dessert products, you may say, well, um, I'm gonna wait until it's on sale. You know, even on little travel. Now, Deserve is what is actually in the midst of. We're getting ready to actually today to design get because in China they not into the labor, but we're gonna make sure we design a travel case. So when you go out of town, you have the Deserve travel case. So we will be laboring a little bit today working on that. I'm excited about that as well. So I want to also talk about laboring with your hair. How many people have struggled with their hair and that led you to just kind of um, just be in a funk about it? Like I'm laboring with my hair because sometimes you guys, I'll share this with you. Um, I have labored with my scalp? Who labors with their hair and who labors sometimes with their hair and scalp? Like sometimes your scalp is actually irritated. You want to wear your hair, but you can't. Okay, so uh, I sometimes struggle with that a little bit, laboring with my darn scalp, and I'm just like, oh my God. Candace Adams, you guys, says hello. I want to do a special thank you to Candace Adams, you guys. At the salon, I had told her I had been up, and she'll do this. It doesn't even matter, because this is just Candace. But yeah, she bought me a wonderful smoothie, and it was so it was so good. Candace, where you get that smoothie from? It might have been Smoothie King or somewhere, but however, it was sugar. I think it was sugar free. It may have Splenda in it because I can't do all that sugary stuff. So it didn't bother me. So it was really delicious. It was good. I think it was like mango, strawberry, and banana or something. It was good. But thank you, Candace. And she came in the salon. She was folding towels. She was wiping down seats, and she was just being a wonderful, wonderful person. And I just thank her for just coming in and helping out. And so, but this is a wonderful time of when you're laboring for Labor Day. I just want to talk about that laboring. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about you as someone who labors. And is your labor in vain? And so we want to make sure that you're laboring, but you also, do you know in this world, we actually are supposed to be wealthier than what we are. So, I'm going to bring one special guest to my show who's going to teach you how to not just labor, but also labor where you can retire as a millionaire. Did you know that? Did you know you could retire as a millionaire? And you can. So we're going to talk about those things at a later date, but we're going to bring a billionaire for the first time on our show. We're going to bring a billionaire who's going to teach you how to labor and retire as a millionaire. Okay. So if you all want to be in on that, let me know. And then we want the right people and share that page, because a lot of us, especially in the African American community, we labor. And at the end of the year, we have no money. So we're going to celebrate Labor Day. So we're going to talk about you laboring with your hair. So how many people, put in the chat, have a rough time laboring with your hair? So as we get started, and we're going to give away some goodies, okay? So and how many of you Jess, if you have any questions when we talk about the labor. So we're going to talk about the person laboring with their hair. That's actually, I had some situations this week where um, one lady came in, she's a new customer, and she lost all of her hair. And so when she lost her hair, it was due to relaxer. So we're going to talk about the relaxer, laboring with that, trying to figure that out. And then we're going to talk about people laboring so hard with natural hair. And we're going to talk about the laboring when you come out of the weaves or the wigs, like how it's such a tough job. So a lot of people may do, and I will be so tough on them. And it's not, it was, and let me apologize. I don't know if I want to apologize. Okay, I will. So I'm apologizing to people where I just give you a tough time about your habits with your hair, because I'm supposed to be in the business of helping you. I do help you, but sometimes I think I can give people a hair break and not be so tough on them. Do anybody put in the chat if you think I'm too tough on folks? But let's get started. Candace Adams, speaking about that smoothie. Candace says it's the smoothie shop by the salon. You're welcome. Thank you. And Darlene Ray says rainwater causes more labor with certain textures. So Vanilla Taylor says hello. Hi, Vanilla. We're going to get you back on the show. And also Vanilla's going to pitch more. The show is just going to be geared towards and her uh play daddy Apostle has agreed to be on the show, so we're going to talk about that, Vanessa. So laboring so much with your hair. So I think that let's Darlene mentioned the rainwater. Of course, rainwater, or just when it's raining, it can take your hair to a stage of when it begins to fall or frizz. So how do you restore that? Honey, you can sounds good. Vanilla says she's coming on. I should ask people and just, say you're coming. But yeah, it's for a good cause. But you can take just, and I did this today, guys, and I should have taken a before picture. I think you would have appreciated what I'm saying now. Actually, um, with Perry being, in the ER, and then I got off work extremely late, and I have a wonderful client. I did her hair, but I'm telling you, I didn't want to do it. I was that tired, not didn't want to do her hair, but I was just so tired where my body was like, it's time to lay down. I just didn't, I was tired. So, and so what I said was I went to bed, didn't roll my hair. My hair was all over all over the place. And this, when I woke up this morning, there was a lash on my wrist, and then the other lash was on the pillow. So I didn't have any lashes. My hair was all over. It was going all kinds of ways. Now, instead of laboring so hard and being able to be on this show and just, working too hard, and I did not have to put any heat on it. Okay. So what I did was I took some warm water. So Darlene and Candace, you should know this. So I put the warm water. So why did I put the warm water, you guys? I put the warm water because I had just shampooed my hair like the night before. So it had the memory inside. So all I did was, now this is some aloe in here, Mandarin aloe. Taria Hall, if you want some, she works for her own business with Herbal Life. But I have some aloe water. But what if this was just warm water? I would just dip my finger in, put it on a strand of hair, and just roll it with a little tension. I let it sit 20, 30 minutes. I put some black soap on my face, the pure black soap, and to exfoliate, I'm trying to do my jaw exercise. And then I cleansed my face real good. And I put the Deserve bonnet. No, I didn't. I did it when I got in the shower, put the Deserve bonnet on, but I just rolled it, and then I pin curled around my edges, like right here, and right through here. I did like a pin curl. This is all with water. You do not have to over labor, like putting heat and pressing, and then you begin to bake the hair, break the hair, and then it begins to want to come out. Look how my hair looks, and the shine was restored. I didn't put the Deserve glossifier or anything because my hair was that fresh. So now what Darlene says with the rainwater and everything, my hair got misty and it had gotten a little bit wet. And when I say the natural air began to cool, I took a little scarf to lay down the back area, and I just took a little bit of the Damage Reverse Elixir oil, rubbed it, and up through my forehead area. I don't know about you, but I get dry around that area. I mean, really dry. So tied it up and just kind of walked around, did little stuff. And that was pretty much it. Put my makeup on, took my rollers out, and voila. So that is not laboring. So, and then let's say you're laboring when your hair is wet, like you're at the shampoo bowl or you're in the shower and you're experiencing a labor. Like I had a client that new customer that came this week and she has CCCA and traction alopecia. Well, her hair, she says, snaps when she's actually at the when she's shampooing her hair. She says, so a lot of times I just don't want to uh, even fool with it because, and a lot of times this is, you all, this is real. This is how the average person now is looking. This is how they're looking now. Now, that doesn't give away who this person is. You can tell with seeing the appearance of that gray hair that this person is a little, she's 50s, 60s, or, however, um, and she's having, but the rest of her hair, like she's having a little tough time with actually her hair, and she's experiencing just her hair. Uh, she's not enjoying it like she really wants to. So what I did for this particular person, I actually took our protective strand. I stopped a lot of her shedding. She had a whole lot of shedding. So I said, let me stop the shedding. But as I combed through her hair, see, if natural hair doesn't have the protein or the moisture, it can snap or break. So with her hair, I had to stop the shedding first. And then I was able to, you want to keep from laboring, you want to keep like moisture in it. So I made sure that her hair didn't get like dry before I could really stop that shedding. And then I came with the silk milk and added that in there. She wanted her hair just like a twist out, and it kind of came about right here. But she also wanted like a texturizer in it just to like loosen up some of the shrinkage. So I instantly told her the areas that have CCA or traction alopecia, I will not put the texturizer in that area. She instantly was like, thank you. She said, I was hoping you said that, but I didn't know what and how you're going to handle it. I was just going to trust the process. And I said, if something is damaged, then I'm not going to continue doing whatever. So I made sure that I put the protective strand everywhere else. And then I came with um the texturizer, loosened it up a little bit, but I did not interrupt her natural curl pattern. I used a big comb, and then I came back with the protective strand, neutralized twice, came back with the protective strand, and then I was able to like comb through the hair, and she saw a huge difference. So she won't have to labor so hard. I said, let me put the glossifier, which is kind of like that nice little machine that goes like this. I said, so I'm gonna put the actual um the whole like put the glossifier. Oh, and I did the leave-in conditioner, which was the silk milk, and I went through her hair. So when you're combing your hair, if you have like that curl pattern, and then you have like a 3A, a 3C or 3A, and it's just really coily or whatever, or it's extremely tight waves through the whole hair strand. Like it's like it go sometimes it is straight, but then sometimes it's really wavy. That hair can snap. So what I did was I just combed this stuff through and did the silk milk elixir. Okay. But because of the CCA and attraction, I put the oil on her scalp, and I put the derma roller and rolled the derma roller, V'd my finger, and then went to the area and rolled to make sure I didn't pull any other hair. 3 times a week, you'll do that derma roller. It's a 1.0 millimeter. So while we're having this wonderful 30% off, you better get your derma roller because it is retailed at $19.99, and it'll go all the way down to 15, 16, or whatever. And so you can actually use that derma roller to restore your hair, but you'll put the elixir oil on at the same time. I'm excited about that. That cuts a lot of labor in it. You're growing your hair, you're detoxifying your hair. I mean, you're going through the hair shaft, opening up the cuticle. Oh my God. And you can actually start seeing the hair respond, because a lot of times when you are not getting the appropriate products, what happens is the reason why so many people have a laboring problem is because they have not focused on what works for my texture. What works for my texture. So what they do is they go out and get products that are just so popular. There are people with huge marketing dollars, and of course they have the right marketing common sense, and they know how to make that juicy appearance for you, and your friend uses that product, and your friend and your friend and your friend, so everybody begins to use what's popular, and then no results. So, or you could get results, but you just need to focus on what works for my texture. So that's a little tip about someone who has shrinkage, who wants, I mean, I say there's nothing wrong with texturizers as long as you are putting something to protect it and you are treating your hair. It's the same thing with relaxers. But what I would not do is put relaxer in areas where the appearance of the hair is thin. I would not do that. You can always do something like a partial. Poppy, so you want to, Poppy, he may make an appearance so everybody can see he's doing okay. So he may make an appearance. So let me go to another picture. Laboring that is so hard for us. Sometimes this person here, now this is a lazy laborer. Sometimes we have people who actually labor. This person here, oh my God. How would you see that? So how would you say we could help that person, with that particular this person who hair, and when you look at, now this is when I finished. You see that? This person is all natural. Okay. They're all natural. But before then, we had to deal with this. Okay. So this person has a tough time laboring with their hair. The best thing I would say, I would offer the shave aid for that person. And I would say do the protected strand first, but also come back with the actual shave aid. That stops a lot of that breakage. With the hair that she has in that tight coil, she could labor so tough in her head because there is so much shrinkage. Her hair could pop or break, and she could not get what she's looking for. And that is a over laboring situation right there. And she looked me up on Facebook, and I had seen her, and it was her birthday weekend and all of that. But she had just come out of braids, and she said the hairstylist that she was going to just did not do treatments. So treatments stop a lot of that overworking. Now I want to talk about this product here. This comes in an 8 ounce, and this is in a 2 ounce too. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because this has a lot to do with detoxifying. Yes. So you want to detoxify your hair. That eliminates a lot of labor. This is our apple cider strengthening rinse. It is a color enhancer. It detoxifies, helps with split ends. Oh my God. When I say this product here, it is a wonderful product, a good product to even give out as a gift. Now, to keep you from over laboring with your hair, this week I usually shampoo my hair like every week. This time I shampooed my hair. It was 2 weeks. My hair was like, we don't do that. What we do that at? Oh, we don't do that. So all of a sudden, like a typewriter, my scalp was doing this. It was constantly itching, burning. It was like people was like, Mama not at home, so let's all come on and do a party. So it was like dancing and everything on my scalp. I was so irritated. I was so irritated. But when I tell you, I had shampooed my hair with these two products, our Satin Moisture and our Smoothie Moisture product shampoos, and then I applied this. I was like, "Ooh, I need the drug," And I applied this, and I combed it through and massaged it on my scalp. So I let that sit, and then I took the Silk Milk conditioner because I needed stimulation, I needed to be detox, but I needed to get the inflammation down. And I know this would probably do it, but it would also need some moisture because my scalp was a little raw. And with the acidity in it, I was like, you know what? I need to make sure I make a cocktail with it. And the cocktail that I made was I put some elixir oil and I put the Silk Milk conditioner. Took my scalp to the next level. And then every day when I shampoo my hair, wash my face, I take the elixir oil and I go around my edges. Did you know you could labor so hard having missing edges and constantly trying to get the edges back if you neglect your hair? So a lot of people say, I'm going to get off the laboring and I'm just going to leave it alone. They go from labor to leave it alone. And so when you become lazy with your hair or not in tune with your hair, stop hiding behind wigs and weaves and braids and all this stuff because you haven't figured it out. Not to those people who just think they're a diva or, they just like that's a part of their style. They love it. They love the wig or weave more than they love their own hair that God gave them. That's you. But the person who's hiding and who wants to come out hiding, it's time to figure it out. It's time to add like hair tools, scalp stimulators, and derma rollers, and elixir oils, and plant-based products, and actually making sure you detoxify. And then I had a client, the picture before that I had shown you, she actually had Blue Magic grease all in her hair. Blue Magic grease. And I said that is a filler that blocks your hair growth. So she was saying, I said, you're laboring so hard in your hair because of the fact you have fillers. And she was like, educate me. I don't know what a filler is. I said, it's products that block hair growth. Now, what can fillers be? Fillers can always be, it can go in the form of too much grease, oil. Hey, Sandra Jackson, how you doing? It can be grease, oil, some type of buildup on the hair. You can remove fillers with apple ciders, my Deserve apple ciders. You can actually remove them with the elixir oil. You can remove them with the Satin Moisture. You can also remove them with the Shea Bay. So those fillers that are on there will go away. And then when you start using the elixir oil, you'll start receiving, you'll start saying, oh, my hair is, ooh. I've noticed that I can feel a clean scalp. How many of you out there have had the wonderful hairstyle, but you didn't enjoy it because of the itching of the scalp? You're overworking yourself. And then all of a sudden, stress can cause itching of the scalp because when you're stressing, you're going to go, start scratching and doing all other stuff because you're itching. So I want you to consider not over laboring and not under laboring for your hair. So I know this is holiday weekend. I just wanted to stop by and just give you some encouragement because I know you're with your friends and your family, and you're barbecuing or you're curing or you're just traveling or whatever you're doing. Let this be a holiday where you salute yourself. So I want to know, someone tell me, what is your laboring job? Anybody want to share their laboring job and how hard you work? Do we have any hard workers out there? Anybody want to share like what they do? We want to salute you for being one of the laborers. I'll tell you what I do. I think everybody knows. So, of course, I have a salon. We got this show. We have the Deserve products, and I just started my own econ. So I am my own boss with like econ, where I'm going to teach you about taxes. I'm going to teach you about how to invest your money. I am going to teach you how to keep your receipts and how to build up business credit, or just how to get your personal credit up and rolling. And also nuggets about retirement and business and everything like that, because we have to, especially the African Americans, uh, are we maybe a lot of things will cease, balance and everything, if people realize they should. It's nothing wrong with laboring, but you want, when that day comes that you retire, or even during the laboring, you want to be able to enjoy, because that will cut down on a lot of stress. Being able just to take a dream vacation, just being able to see that your bank account is not in the negative. Some people on holidays have to just sit and be a hermit because of the fact what they want to do, they can't. Don't you want to be able to make the right decision? So that's something new Mama just got into, and she's going to show you how to do that. Also, I am going to be tapping into the 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 motivational speaking more, and it's going to be geared towards salon professionals, business, and also ministry, being able to speak to God's children, or you don't have to be God's children. I just want to convince you and show you how wonderful God is. And I want to be that advocate and that spiritual leader that can help you understand that God is not against you. He is more for you than you ever have known. And when you build a relationship with him, you will see that he hasn't done anything to sabotage your career, your business, or your life. He is there for you to enhance it. I think we're our own worst enemies sometimes, because we often think that everybody against us. So here go. Candace Adams says, I'm an administrative assistant. I love my job and I work smart, not hard. Oh, I'm excited about that. So, and Candace, I don't know if I ever asked you that. So she's administrative assistant. Okay, that's good to know. I'm always trying to steal people. But yeah, that's good to know, that an administrative assistant, y'all, when we talk about laboring, anybody out there laboring got something else, but when we talk about administrative assistants, we need them, because a lot of times I'm doing so many things. And when I had my assistant, it was like, it, I mean, I had less stress. I mean, I still have to, you know, you know, fuss at certain people, and I'm not always happy about, you just got to let people know how you want things done. I don't look at it as, you know, I don't know. I don't know how people look at me that I hire, but I just know that I want things a certain way. And so have an administrative assistant, and I am on the hunt. I'm getting ready to. Matter of fact, I think I have a meeting on Tuesday, and I will be hiring my own administrative assistant. And I know what I will be requiring. Though we've got to celebrate Candace Adams for being administrative assistant because it's so important. And then I've got to move up to an executive assistant because there are certain things that people can do. I know my assistant when I had her, oh my God, it was one, she was just a beautiful person. I loved her. We kind of keep in touch a little bit, even now, but a lot of stuff she was like saying, I don't know this, I don't know that. I would tell any administrative assistant to fake it until you make it. Stop saying what you don't know how to do and go figure it out. So Candace Adams says, okay, yes, I make sure everything runs smoothly and is in order. They love me. I'm glad they love you because I like to steal you. Okay. Tell them I'm glad they love you. I got some things going on, but I'm glad they love you. And that is so good that they do love you, Candace, and they appreciate you. Um, because you do want your I don't know, is it good to say bosses, is that, but you do want the upper management, is that better, to actually say to appreciate you. Also, let me see, Yolanda Rocket, would you like to share what you do now? My sister, whether she wants to share or not, I'm gonna tell her business anyway. But what she does is actually, she's the head of HR at a medical company, and these people are crazy about her. That she's actually going back to school, and me and Yolanda had never gone to college. I mean, we just hadn't, you know, and so my sister, I am so proud of Yolanda. She actually went back to college. She's gotten her associates. And this huge because I just, college was just never my thing because I always wanted to do hair. But Yolanda got her associates, and I'm so proud of her. And now she's working on her doctorate. I mean, what is that? Bachelor's, after you got to go through that channel. Yeah, she's doing her bachelor's. Okay, and then after the bachelor's, then I assume she's gonna keep going. I'm not sure, but however, her job did require that of her. And so, Darlene, what you doing? I don't know what you're doing. And so, but however, if anybody wish to share as celebration of Labor Day, are you just celebrating because you don't do nothing? But if you do something and you have labor, and labor doesn't always mean a check. Labor can mean if you're a caretaker and you laboring, if you're a housewife and you labor, just if you're laboring. So Candace Adams says, yes, the term is upper management or leadership. I can work with the boss. Well, I think sometimes I don't like to say boss and stuff. I've had people that have worked with me and worked for me and said, I had one person that was my assistant and she kept on going, boss lady, boss lady. And I said, girl, they gonna think, like, you know, they gonna think you a slave. I'm making you a slave or something. I said, stop calling me a boss. I said, just do what I say. No, I'm just kidding. But I said you don't have to do that. So, in celebration of Labor Day, now we have Darlene Ray. She says revenue agent, revenue agent. So, and then Candace says, I meant to say I cannot work with her. Okay, I like that. So she upper management or leadership. I like leadership and upper management because leadership is great. I love that. And upper management, I love that. Darlene says that she labors as a revenue agent. So what is it? Okay, so a revenue agent, I know you work hard, and uh is it doesn't have to do with finance or something. I won't say too much, seem like I'm stupid or something. So I rather um type this thing in. Uh, so the definition uh to uh revenue agent. So I like to know some stuff now. A revenue agent is a internal revenue employee, but she's at FedEx, who conducts tax audits or fillers. The role includes determining tax liability for entities selected for an audit and servicing inquiries and individuals regarding their tax liability. Now that's what they call the revenue agent definitions. As I think that is an account employee agent that is employed even through her Darlene Ray's job, but she actually maybe you're the person that do audits or something. Um, so let me. Candace Adams said, "No, hello Janine, how you doing? Hi Miss Inga. Inga. Okay, that's my cousin girl. Parasite saw you the other day. Oh, specialist in duties and taxes. So I knew it was taxes. I just looked that up. Okay, so we want to salute Darlene Ray. Come on, y'all. Let's salute her for laboring as a revenue agent. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, 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 yes. And I appreciate that. So we now know what a revenue agent is. And so when I ask you to do that, it's for a special reason. But my shy people just continue being shy because it don't pay off for you. So, but I appreciate Candace and Adams, and then even my husband. He is a sergeant for the federal government. He works very hard as well. I mean, sometimes they're short staffed. He's still there. He's an officer, but he's actually just overseeing. And I think the biggest thing that stood out with his particular job was the fact that he actually saved a couple of lives when those um, veterans is out for sometimes. I think sometimes we forget those veterans. Okay. And I don't think sometimes, I think a lot of times that we have not saluted them the way we should. And so he has talked people off bridges, ledges, or in their vehicles, and they're ready to to commit suicide. That is huge. So that's the laboring that I'm talking about. So for people to be open and vulnerable to say what they're laboring, because you're going to celebrate the holiday, and I want you to know that this is huge for you guys. So I have enjoyed the show, but I'm not doing any giveaways. The giveaway was for the person who wanted to say what they labored and do. And Darlene Ray and Candace Adams, they will receive one of our, instead of an elixir oil, they will receive one, two, three of products of their choice. And whatever the product is, except for the protected strand, but they will have three products of their choice. So I'm not, that's why I asked you all to tell me about your job. And that's all you had to do. So they're going to get three products. So I want them to let me know what three products that they want. They get three free products of their choice. And so I want to congratulate Candace Adams and Darlene Ray because we're celebrating Labor Day, but also letting you know if you're laboring for your hair. What Candace say? Oh my, thank you, and you're so welcome. I just asked, what did you do for a living? And labor, and some people just don't want to help, so okay, but also I just want to encourage people, if you're laboring so hard for your hair, if you're wearing wigs, and when you take your wig off, if you're looking like you have been through chemo, you looking like you have alopecia or whatever, we can still help you. All you have to do, I know people glorify those foreign things, that wig or hair, but to me, y'all see me on my vacations, I will put a wig on, but when I take it off, I'm able to do this, my darlings. I'm able to wear my hair. And ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, do we glorify and fix up the outside, but when it's time, just like if you take your boot off in the winter, do you need a pedicure? So we still have to take care. If you take your clothes off, have you not shaved? We still need to take care of our bodies. When I got in the shower today, I laid love on my head, my body. I wanted to be clean. I wanted to be fresh. And I want to start getting back into myself. I want to start getting back into myself. I want to start not losing myself, because I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to start making sure I'm in that polish mode even more, instead of laboring and looking tired. How many of you out there, Darlene Ray, Candace Adams congratulated you. She said, high five, Darlene Ray. Vania Taylor says self-care. Self-care is so important, because sometimes when you take the makeup off, or you just stand in the mirror in your bathrooms, we sometimes can look hard and rough. And when we take the mask off, we start looking whatever. And then sometimes you can look at someone and say, they really care about themselves. Just little things to soften ourselves and look. I've looked at some women lately, and it's like sometimes they're looking more boyish or rough, and I wouldn't dare try to fight them. They look like they just whoop your tail. Sometimes we're not combing our hair, we're not moisturizing, putting any oil on ourselves. We are letting ourselves go, and that's what we need to stop doing, is letting ourselves go. Mo B says, congratulations, ladies. I'm glad that Darlene Ray and Candace was, because when we labor, and we're laboring too hard, because even on our jobs, even if we're laboring too hard, that's why we look crazy. I'm talking to Vanilla last night, and I'm just voice raspy, just broke down and tired. And today I decided, you know what? I'm going to get up with my morning prayer. And usually I'm going to church, but I was, in the ER with my husband night before, and then I had to work all day. I said, I check in with the Lord all during the day, and I'm always, he's my friend, he's my everything, so I don't have to, I'm with him at all. He with me, and we in relationship. So I said, and he knew my body was tired. And so I just got my body together, because sometimes we just go like machines and we don't know how to stop, and we just keep going and going. So I like what Vanilla said, self-care. I see if Janine is still on here, she's a police officer. She works so hard too. So self-care is very important. So it's so many people, whether you're a school teacher, whether you're a tax accountant, whether you are a business owner, whether you're in HR, whether you're an assistant, you are in marketing, whatever you do, I just want to tell you, labor smart. Make sure that you know your rights, and make sure that after the laboring, it is not in vain. I do not want to be a 60-some-year-old woman or a 70-year-old woman handing you no darn smiley face at Walmart talking about have a nice day. I want to check your receipt. I want to be on the island. I want to be somewhere in Hawaii. I want to be somewhere. If even if I'm doing business, it's business. I'm having fun with it. So I really don't want to be in a position, and that's what we're going to bring Vania Taylor back on here, and another special guest to talk about laboring smart. It is time for us to get a piece of that pie. So happy Sunday. Happy Labor Day to all of you out there. And even if you're, consider yourself not a person who labors, just you do something out there. So we celebrate you too in the end. And remember, check in with God because He'd love to hear from you.
Got 1,000 hair products and you still got hair problems and you don't know which way to turn. You don't know what you deserve. Let's talk.